Let's be honest, there's a fundamental problem with how most people are using AI. We're all stuck in an old habit, a way of thinking from a different era, and it's time to make a change. We have to stop just finding answers and start architecting the systems that create them.
You know that feeling, right? You ask an AI for something, and what you get back is, well, it's just fine. It's polite, it's correct, but it has that generic, bland, AI-sounding tone. It's filler, basically designed to be mediocre. And the real truth? The fault isn't the AI's, it's ours. And this right here really gets to the heart of the problem. For the last 20 years, we've been trained to think in terms of retrieval. You type in a few keywords, you expect a list of links. But the future, where real value is created, is all about prompt architecture, designing a system from the ground up to build a very specific solution.
Yeah, that simple little search box, it has literally trained our brains to be lazy and fragmented in how we ask for information. And that 2-decade-old habit, it's now the single biggest thing holding us back from getting truly incredible results from these amazing AI models.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got this passive approach, right? Just asking for answers that already exist. On the other side, you are actively building. You're giving the AI a blueprint and directing it to create a brand new solution. It's the critical shift from asking to directing.
This is so important to get right. A large language model isn't a library you browse. It's a factory that can create almost anything. Treating it like Google is like walking up to a master architect and just asking them to talk about buildings. It's a massive waste of potential.
So, how do we actually make this shift? We have to become a prompt architect. And in this world, you're not just writing sentences. You are literally programming with words. Every single word you choose acts like a line of code. It can either sharpen the final output or make it weaker. This image perfectly illustrates what I call the low-resolution trap. When you give a vague prompt like, write a professional email, you force the AI to guess. And when an AI guesses, it just defaults to the statistical average, the most boring, most mediocre response possible. The only way out is to be incredibly specific. So to build these high-resolution prompts, we need the right tools. A truly elite prompt isn't just one magic sentence. No, it's a carefully built structure based on 3 core pillars.
First up is context. Think of this as grounding the AI's logic in your reality. Before you even make your request, you've got to describe the situation. What are the stakes? What happened before? What does your audience already know? If you skip the context, the AI has no choice but to give you a generic, unhelpful answer.
Next, we've got constraints. Now, I know this one can feel a bit counterintuitive. We're taught that rules and limits stifle creativity. But for an AI, it's the complete opposite. They're absolutely crucial. By setting up what I call a creative fence, telling it what to avoid, the format, the tone, you actually force it to dig deeper and find more interesting solutions. You're not limiting its power, you're focusing it.
And finally, the third pillar, persona. This is the one people mess up the most. Saying act as a copywriter is just way too shallow. A true architect defines a worldview, a core philosophy that fundamentally changes how the AI thinks and reasons.
I mean, just look at this example. This isn't just a job title, it's an entire belief system. An AI, given this persona, won't just spit out generic financial advice. It's going to filter every single conclusion through this unique contrarian lens. And that's going to produce an output that's 1,000 times more interesting and valuable than some generic advisor.
Okay, so we've got our toolkit. Now let's get into some more advanced thinking. We have to completely ditch the one-shot habit. This idea that you can write one perfect prompt and get a masterpiece. That's not how it works. Real quality is built through a sequence of commands, not a single home run. This is what we call sequential development. Instead of a huge, vague request like create a month's worth of content, you break the job down into a logical flow. Each step focuses the AI on one specific, tiny task. And trust me, the combined quality of this 4-step process will blow a single big prompt out of the water. It's not even close. And here's a little cheat code for you. Just add the phrase, think step by step to your prompt. It's called chain of thought prompting, and it's a game changer. Research shows that when you force an AI to explain its reasoning before giving the answer, its accuracy goes through the roof. It turns the AI from a black box that just guesses into a transparent logic engine you can actually collaborate with.
And remember, the first output is almost never the final product. A bad response isn't a failure, not at all. It's a data point. It's the AI showing you where it needs clear direction.
You use that feedback to refine and iterate, just like a sculptor chipping away at a block of stone to reveal the masterpiece inside.
So let's talk about the bottom line. How does all this actually translate into business value? Well, mastering this skill fundamentally changes the economics of work itself, because it completely separates your time from the value you create.
For centuries, our economy has run on a simple equation: time equals money. AI completely shatters that. This is what we call result arbitrage. If you can produce a high-value asset, say an entire marketing campaign, in 10 minutes instead of 10 hours, its value to the client doesn't change. You're selling the result, not the hours you spent. The end game here is to actually productize your prompts. A really well-designed system that solves a recurring problem becomes a digital asset. It's like you own a digital factory that pumps out value at scale. Your library of prompts becomes your most valuable asset, earning for you even while you sleep.
So where does this all leave us? As AI gets better and better at execution, what's our role going to be? What's the uniquely human advantage in this new world?
This metaphor says it all. As all the routine work gets automated away, the real value shifts to uniquely human skills: vision, direction, strategy, and curation. The AI is an incredibly powerful engine, for sure, but we're the ones behind the steering wheel.
In the end, your taste is your ultimate edge. In a world that's about to be flooded with infinite, cheap, AI-generated content, the real premium will be on knowing what will actually connect with another human being. The AI can generate a million options, but only you can pick the one that has real heart. That is the new currency.
So the big takeaway here is this: the technology is this incredible engine, and it's getting more powerful every single year. The only real question left, and it's one only you can answer, is where are you going to steer it? Where will you decide to go?